Okay, so I'm gonna do one last video before the sun goes down and I get in the shower. And this is basically a video of like the internet watching me manifest a whole new life. And I've been doing this for a couple years, but it was like I'm a Cancer with a Taurus moon, and I've also been through some shit. So it was a process, and now I feel like I'm like at that last bit. So I'm like excited more than anything. And I'm just sharing how I manifest and all the things that worked for me in the past and what I'm applying right now with this whole new stage. And yeah, one of the things that I think is very important is consistency, especially just with everything in general. But there's been a few reminders of it because I've been getting back into astrology, and that's something that like comes up a lot, like consistency. So, and it's something that I've noticed when I look back, like when I've manifested the biggest things in my life, I was being very consistent with the things in my life. And then it was just like this thing turned out to be 100 times cooler than it was meant to be. Doors that were open to me and I got to walk through, I didn't even know were open for me. But the thing about consistency and also having positive vibes, like just being grateful, like, being in the upper chakras versus being in the lower chakras that are like fear and confidence and uh, sexuality and all that. Like, something about being up in the higher chakras, seeing things clearly, listening, speaking, using your voice, using your heart, being thankful, plus being consistent. So, yeah, I think consistency is like really big in manifesting. So, for me, it's like my health. Like, it's like, okay, well, I plan on looking really good this summer and I'm gonna move out by July 1st, before July 1st, but by July 1st. And I should have two of the places at least by then, out of three. So I've been meal prepping to consistently eat well. Um, I've been spending more time outside. I'm reading all the books that I have left right now, which is like 4 to 5 books, and I've been consistently with that. My goal was to read 100 pages this past month, and within all the books, I read like over 400, so that's really good. Just being consistent, and like chopping at the wood. And I don't know what's exactly going to manifest because that just seems to happen. But I do know a few things are like about to take off because I can see it. Um, and so yeah, I think consistency is very important. And when you start to be consistent with yourself, you're gonna want people to be consistent around you, but depending on where you're at, that may or may not matter. But start with yourself for sure. Be consistent with yourself, and exude the energy that you would want to experience and be led by. So, yeah, be consistent, and you know, in the future, I see myself being healthy. I see myself being wealthy. I see myself being joyful. So it's like, let me start by doing all those things now if that's who I naturally am. So I'm just jibber jabbering along because I still feel like this video is too short, but you get the vibe. Be consistent, be positive, be grateful, and and you know, be like a horse that's wearing like its side things where you're not looking this way, you're not looking that way, you're only looking straight. And before you know it, with that consistency, that's how you get into the flow, because you have to be in it for a while and get the vibe, and then you start to flow before you even know it. because the more you flow, the lighter and lighter you get. So before you even know it, you're flying on a jet. You're in Japan. You're in Cancun. And you're meeting amazing people, and you're not seeing the same people you're used to seeing. You're not talking about the same things. Like, you're really in it, and your everyday life feels like a vacation. So getting consistent means getting into the flow. So yeah, love you guys. Be safe. And I finally get to take a shower. All right.